Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Petal Talk podcast. I am Allison, your host, and today we have a very special guest. And if you are a spray tan lover, you're going to love this episode. Hi, welcome to Petal Talk, where skincare meets soul care. Hello, how are you?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, so for those who don't know you, maybe know, they don't follow you, whatever, give us your name, your business name, where you're at, a little bit about you, and then we'll get into all the hot goss.
Sure. So my name's Jessica Henchy. I am the owner of Sol del Sol Tan, and we're located in Maitland, just outside of Winter Park by the Sephora. Every girl knows where the Sephora is.
Oh, yes. I know exactly where it is now. Yeah.
So we're over there, and yeah.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about your business. What do you offer? What do you specialize in? Give me your spiel.
So we are a full service salon. We do have 2 hairstylists, but we do focus mainly on tanning and sugaring.
That's awesome. Yeah. Cool. Okay, amazing. Well, I'm so excited to learn all the deets.
Yeah.
Let's rewind it all the way back to the beginning. When you were a small child, were you interested in beauty? Is that something that you knew you wanted to do? Obviously you were a bit passionate about hair when you were a bit older, but was that something that you've always wanted to be in the industry or no?
Yes, I was always doing something different with my hair.
Yeah.
Not color wise, because my hair is naturally red, and that's also how I got into tanning.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So not really color wise, but I was always styling and trying to style everybody else's hair. So that came naturally.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was always an inclination there for something. And I feel like most girls, have something. Even if they're tomboys, they still have an inclination.
Like either a nail or a hair.
Like you have your thing. Most people have their thing.
Like perfume. I went through a perfume phase when I was younger.
Oh, I'm still in that phase.
I totally get it. Yeah. Okay, so when you're in high school, are you the friend that's like doing everyone's makeup and hair for prom, or are you not so much doing that in high school?
Yeah, not so much in high school.
Yeah, a bit older. Yeah. You graduate from high school. Do you decide to go to like post-secondary education, or what do you do after high school?
No, I had my daughter at 22.
Okay.
So at that point I was working. I started working in the bank as a teller.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then I ended up in that career for about 15 years.
People like working in banks.
I mean, I just kind of fell into it, but I was good at it. And I'm the type of person that if I'm going to learn something, I'm going to learn it well.
Yeah.
So I did work my way up to being a manager.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I don't have a degree.
Yeah.
So I was the only manager there without a degree.
I don't even know if it matters anymore.
That's
like a hot take, but I feel like I have this conversation a lot actually.
Yeah.
Where our owner, he dropped out of the 9th grade, right? And now he owns multiple like extremely successful businesses.
A lot of entrepreneurs do.
Totally. And I just feel like we're kind of stepping away as a society from traditional education, which I understand there's a need for it, for sure. But, more power to you.
It's just antiquated the way it's still being done. Like as if someone needs to go abroad and come stand in front of you and teach you about the world when it's at our fingertips.
Absolutely.
So it's just not.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's not the way people learn anymore.
Absolutely.
And I see that with my son because he's a senior this year and he hates school, and as most do. Like I talk to a lot of women all day. Yeah. And school isn't for everyone. So my daughter went to college, but and she loved it. But my son does not want to go, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Do you know what he wants to do?
Thing.
Yeah.
Not yet. Yeah. But he has an entrepreneurial brain.
Yeah. And I think that's what it is too. I touched on this a few episodes ago with one of my gals. It's so much pressure to put on a young person to make that decision for the rest of your life. And we just talked about this, this industry, you really can at any age kind of start. And I feel like that about a lot of hands-on types of industries. You don't have to start only at a certain time or feel like your time got away from you. You can start at any time.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Especially in this industry, because it's just a matter of getting the education and then practicing.
And your people will follow you and they will find you and they will love you. And I can always tell the girls this too. We have a wide range of team members here.
Yeah.
And all of us are completely different. Like some of us are more similar than others, but all of us are very different people. And I can just watch when a guest walks in. I'm like, oh, that's for her. Oh, she's for her. Because your own people just flock to you so much that like in 2.5 seconds, I'm like, no, I don't even need to ask who you're saying. Cause I know, like, of course.
It's literally like an energy thing.
100%. Yeah. And you just attract the gifts that you're supposed to.
You do.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So you worked at the bank for most of your adult life at that point. Mm-hmm. You are balancing having a baby at this time. You are in like a corporate world. Are you liking it, or are you wanting to stay home, or you don't care?
I like it. Yeah. I mean, of course, it would always have been nice to stay home. Sure. You know, I was back to work 2 weeks after I had my daughter. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. If you're a single mom, you got to work. Oh my gosh.
Okay, yes. Okay, wait. Can we touch on that for a little bit?
Yeah.
I was also raised by a single mom.
Yeah.
Seriously, she's the freaking best. She is the hardest worker that I know. She works, even to this day, she is in her late 50s and works. She does massage, and she does 7 to 8 every single day on her little frail body. And I think that having a single mom 100% is the reason that I am the way that I am.
Yeah.
And I know that she was killing herself the whole time, but I know that she made it happen because she cared about her 2 kids so much and loved them so much. Yeah. Can you touch on your perspective, right? Because I only know, I probably feel similar to like your kids, but can you share from your perspective the thoughts and the mentality of like, well, I have no choice because it's just me and my babies. Yeah. Like what that means to you, or how that comes to be.
Well, I think some of it's great and some of it isn't great, because you are constantly in fight or flight, like survival mode, and you're just like, I have no choice. Yeah. Right. But you just got to do what you got to do. Right. And you know, there's no giving up because then you're giving up on your kids. Right. You know, it's kind of different if you don't have children, because then, you know, you can change your mind at any time, and you know, you can take care of yourself, but kids are expensive. They are so expensive. So, you know, right. You just have to keep going. Right. And that's in anything you do, in any industry. You know, it's not, America is set up differently from other, you know, like Europe, for instance. The first time I went to Italy and I realized the difference. Yeah. I was like, wow. And ever since then, it opened my eyes to how we're not doing it right over here. Totally. A 40-hour work week doesn't help sustain a family properly. You're so right. You're so right. I think about that all the time. It doesn't. Yeah. Maybe 25, 30 at the most. Right. Maybe. Right. Really, honestly, 20. Right. That's a good, and who knows, with AI, maybe we'll all be working 20, but still making the same amount of money. Right. So we'll just have to see where that goes. But hopefully it'll bring us the kind of lives that we really, a bit more leisure. Yeah. Yeah. And just like a bit more, like balance maybe, you know, cause I feel like too, especially as women, so much of our brain power is also thinking about things that don't necessarily matter. Like, what are we making for dinner? Yeah. What are we picking up the kids for? Yeah. Whatever. Like, our brains are already thinking about everything at work and then like everything at home, and it leaves no room for chill or like any sort of a mental load. Yeah. Yeah. And I can imagine doing it alone with a small baby is not easy at all. Yeah. I can only imagine. Yeah. You have one baby at this time, and you have a pretty big age gap between the two, I would say. Yeah. 10 years. Yeah. Yeah. How was that kind of, not starting over, but like kind of starting over? It was 10 years later. Yeah. And I really started over because I got laid off when the market crashed in 2008. Oh, yeah. And of course, you're fighting with everyone else in that industry that's looking for a job because everyone's getting laid off. Right. And remember, I didn't have a degree. Right. So even though I was excellent at my job, you know, it didn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. You're just a number at that point. Yeah. Yeah. So it was really hard to, I mean, I couldn't find a job for over a year. Oh, wow. Yeah. So I lost everything. Yeah. I lost my house that I bought when I was 26. You know, and that was a big deal for me. Of course. You know, to buy a house at 26 and, you know. So, all by yourself? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. And then I did attempt to go back to school twice after that, just to get a business degree. Yeah. Because I always had an entrepreneurial, you know. But the second time, the first time I went, they basically said I had, oh gosh, what do you call it? Funding, right? Oh, your FAFSA? Like grants. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your Pell Grant. The Pell Grant, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they came back later after I'd done about 6 months. Yeah, you probably
would have, gotten
and they said, no, you don't. You owe us all this money. And I said, you're not going to tell me I have it and then I don't.
Yeah, I know.
So I said, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to walk away with no credits and you're going to walk away with no money. But that left me with all the,
Right.
So when I tried to go back again, at that time I was doing tanning, I was doing hair, I was managing a lash lounge, and I was in school full time, and I had 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I ended up in the ER.
Stop.
Yeah. I ended up with high blood pressure. And so I said, enough with school. I've been in it a year. I haven't learned one thing new.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I said, okay, college isn't it.
Yeah, no.
So I just focused on learning what I needed to learn on my own. And I learned so much more that way.
Is seriously so crazy. That's like the body knows, right? The body knows when you are actually tapped.
Yes.
And it literally will not allow you to push it anymore.
I was there for 3 days. They couldn't get my high blood pressure
down.
No
way.
Yeah. I didn't even know I had high blood pressure.
Are you sure? I gotta go.
How would you not have high blood pressure trying to accomplish all of that?
I think even just having the 2 babies, I think each individual situation on its own would relate or result in that.
Yeah.
All of them together. Of course you're not feeling well. Of course. When at this time, when does the first thought of maybe going to beauty school come to your mind?
Well, it came to mind after, now I have been laid off 3 times. So I did attempt to go back to corporate America because, you need money to survive.
Right, of course.
But during, I think, the second layoff, I was super sad.
Of course.
Because I had already worked somewhere, then got laid off again. And I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm sure that's such like an ego blast too. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. And it's just the companies aren't.
Sure.
It's easier to fix your numbers by laying people off.
Right.
It's just the way.
And if you're newer at these times too, right? Yeah. Like these are jobs you've not worked at for 10 years. Of course, like instinctually they're like, oh,
yeah,
the lesser time, I'm sure, are the first to go.
And that whole market crash caused a ripple effect.
Right.
And there was nothing we could do about it.
Right.
So I wrote a list of 100 things I love because I was so sad.
Oh.
And I was like, I just want to remember why I can be happy. Like things I'm grateful for, just why, just to not be sad.
Right.
Because it was a lot to go through.
I'm sure.
And so when I was done with the list, which wasn't the intention of the list, I looked at the top 5 and I said, I'm going to go do one of these things. And one of the top 5 was styling hair. And
no way.
Yeah.
That's
so I enrolled
sweet.
in cosmetology school.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you choose a school? Or did you just pick?
I actually went to one school. I won't mention who it was, but it was horrible. I waited in line forever. And then when I got up, and it was my turn, the 2 girls at the front just ignored me. And I was like, it was so weird. I was like, hello, hi.
No
Can
way.
I get a tour?
Yeah, no.
But it was so weird because it was such a long line. And then when it was my turn, they just did, I don't know what they were involved with, I don't know. But so I just left and I went to another school and I ended up at Paul Mitchell.
Okay.
And that was a great experience.
Okay, good. I was going to say, did you like your experience?
Oh, so I must have done that when I got laid off the first time because I got laid off right when I graduated from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like beauty school though? You had a good experience?
I did have a good experience.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
For beauty school.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone kind of has.
You always wish there was more education in that.
It's really just to get your license and
it is.
Slap you on the ass and send you out.
Like we talked about, the business side is missing and it's so crucial and important. So that's I think what's missing from beauty schools, any of them.
And I think also real life application is missing. Yeah. That is something that I had the most excellent beauty school experience. Seriously. Like I couldn't say enough positive things about it, at the time, also this is, like 10 years ago. So like it's a bit different now.
Yeah.
We had like 0 like practical active ingredient application. Like I had not a lot of knowledge on the difference between glycolic, salicylic, whatever. Like there was not a lot of that. And those are things that in hindsight, I'm like, dang,
it's important.
That's actually really important.
Yeah.
I understand that there's like hyaluronic acid in this, but like, what does it do?
Yeah.
Right. Like that piece was like very much missing, but my school is like a bit more like holistic. So maybe that's why. That's always kind of what I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it was a bit more like hippie, not
we're
as like
talk about why we use this.
Totally. We just like use it. Yeah. And we really shouldn't use it because it's not that good for you, but yeah. Okay, so when you're done with beauty school, you do hair? Question mark first, or what does your career in hair look like?
Starting with hair. Okay. I started with hair, and I still do hair part time. But once
you have great hair. I was thinking that you have big, thick, nice hair.
Thanks.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. I know. I just cut like 7-8 inches off of it.
Good. Yeah, I would love to have that much hair. Seriously,
I got lucky. Yeah, and there's only like 5 grays at my age, so I'm like, I'm doing good. Yeah.
Yes.
What was the question about?
That's a great question. You did hair for a little bit.
I did.
Or however long. How long were you doing hair for?
Well, I'm still doing hair part time.
Okay. Yes,
so I started with that, and then a friend of mine had a spray tan party at her house. And she's like, come to the spray tan party. And I'm like, what the heck is a spray tan party? Right. Now, being how pale, a natural redhead, I'm so pale. Like I say I glow in the light because I'm so... I'm just sure. I can't tan. I just burn and then I'm white again. Like there's no tanning me, right? So I've always done like the booths where you go in and it sprays you, but it does look nuts. Like you look nuts.
And
you
it's like really stressful.
It's orange. It's streaky. Your hands and feet look crazy. Yeah, it's stressful. You're like, am I doing this right? And it's just too much. So
the things on your feet. Yeah.
So when she did the spray tan party, I automatically knew. I was like, oh, I can make this better. Yeah. I already know what I need to do to make it better. And so I did. I started it right away with the help of a friend and actually a couple of friends that supported me. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You did them all mobile or you had a space already?
I started mobile.
Okay.
Then I went to in my home.
Okay.
Because it was easier with little, because they were littler then, you know. And then once the amount of negotiations I've done to get where I need to get, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Then when I was asked to manage the Lash Lounge, I negotiated with my pay a room.
Oh.
So that I could do my spray tans when I wasn't managing. Smart. And that was part of my compensation.
Yeah.
So,
that's good.
Yeah, I did that. And then I found another small space. I literally hunted down the owner because I was like, this is amazing. It was in Winter Park over by Foxtail. The lady was so sweet. She's since passed away. And then now that building is
something else
is gone. Sure. Yeah. They built a park over there, but everything just seems to keep working out. Cause then after that, she gave me a really great rate.
Yeah.
Like she just loved me. And I was like, good, this helps me get where I need to go. This is amazing. And then, they were going to knock it down. So this is why it's important to make connections too.
Absolutely.
Because a friend that I met in a women's group that I was on a panel with, she was renting a space and then was moving out of it. And she was like, come over here and check out my space. That's where I moved. And then just maybe like a year ago, maybe 6 months ago. Oh, April this year. I don't know.
I don't even know what month it is.
I'm bad already. I know. This year has gone by so fast.
So fast.
We moved into a bigger unit. So now we have 3 rooms and I have hair out.
That's awesome.
So it's great.
Yeah.
So it almost feels like I purposely accidentally started a salon.
Yeah. That's awesome though.
Yeah.
I always say though, that's how it's supposed to be. Timing really is everything.
It is.
And when it works out that effortlessly.
Yeah.
It is just meant to be. Like your destiny will find you. And whatever is meant to be will always find its way in the end, whether it's through years of hardship, through losing jobs and moving or whatever. And it's all worth it now, right? Like I am such a big advocate in what is meant to be will find you.
It will find you.
Regardless, even if it feels like hell right now, like I promise it will.
And it does, that doesn't mean that it won't feel like work and
of course,
stress.
Right.
And that you won't have to be creative. And that's what I'm saying about networking. All of the opportunities that I got were all of them. When I did the Lash Lounge, it was networking at an event, and she liked me. Same with meeting the owner and so it's all, you just got to put yourself out there and things do come back. It comes back.
And I'm also a really big believer that gave me goosebumps. Oh my gosh. I'm a really big advocate too I want my name to be the first one that people think of when something comes up. So I'm always going to be early. I'm always going to be clean and sharp and professional and whatever. Yeah. Cause in this industry, that's not the norm, right? Like people are late. People don't care about your time. People are snobby. Yeah. I'm always going to be warm.
On where you go and what that establishment values.
Totally.
And you can feel that when you come in. You can feel it sometimes when you're just looking at the website.
Yeah.
You get I get a lot of feedback about my website and my Instagram, and
so do we.
And I'm like, that's so interesting. Yeah. And like some people think I'm a franchise, and I'm like, wow, I love that, but also I don't love that. I can't make up my mind on that one. You know, but I think because it's professional, and I try to keep it clean, and I try to make sure your options are easy.
Yes,
you know,
that is so important, especially when it comes to guests navigating things on their own. And if it's too stressful, they're just going to click out and
they are
go somewhere else.
And you also don't want decision fatigue of like too many options. Like I see spas that do way too many options, and you're like, I just hired my first employee. She does sugaring and tanning.
Nice.
And she can do other things.
Yeah.
But I told her, I said, let's do two things the best.
Yes.
Then if we want to add...
I always say this. I'd rather be like in and out and have 5 things I'm good at than the Cheesecake Factory and have a million things that people don't know about.
And it's like, okay, it was okay, but, you know, I don't know if I'll be back. Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Yes. Everyone loves In and Out. They know exactly what they want. You go to the Cheesecake Factory, there's 8 menus and a million pages. Yes. I feel like that all the time. How was it finding your first employee and giving up a bit of the reins? How has that been? Because that's a big flaw of mine. I have a really hard time letting go. I'm a freak. How has it been for you?
I think that for me, with her, it was easy because I think if you pick the right person, you don't have a problem with that, because you're like, this is the thing too, even when I managed the credit union, I always hired to personality because I can train you
100%.
On whatever it is that we need.
Yeah.
And she's just warm and, you know, very driven.
Yeah.
And helpful. Yeah. You know, and I feel blessed to have her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm so happy to have her. And then my hairstylist just moved in.
Oh, good.
And so she's independent. So she's renting, but she's amazing. Yeah. And so now, you know, it was a little bit like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this by myself.
Yeah.
I'm sharing my space. I'm sharing my business and like
my name.
What is this going to be like? But I knew the people that I was picking to join me. Yeah. And I knew how amazing people they are. So I was like,
it works out.
And it's so much fun.
And it's kind of fun. Yeah.
So much more fun than doing it alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think you definitely go faster when you go together.
I agree. And there's something too about just having people to like bounce ideas off of, or like, that like human connection all day is really, I mean, that's why we're in this industry, because we love people.
Yeah.
I can imagine doing it by yourself. You miss that part of it sometimes.
Of connect.
Like missing, like having like coworkers.
Yeah.
You miss having like other energy in the building, or like having like funny stories here or whatever. Like just like the energy, like we like to have. I love when all the girls are here on Saturday, like Fridays and Saturdays, all the girls are here. And it's like, I love to see the doors open and guests in and out. And I love to see it busy. I love to see a line up at the front desk.
It's the energy.
Thank God. Like, what a blessing that we're able to have a line of people waiting to check out. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I want to see.
And that they're leaving so happy.
Totally.
You know, this is a beautiful space. It's just, it is. And it is a feeling when you walk in a space. You know, like, I've never been here. I didn't know what to expect. Now I'm like, sign me up. I'm going to do all the things.
Oh my God, come, please. Yeah, I love it in here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so as far as, let's talk about technical, because that obviously is so much of your business. Talk a little bit about the service kind of cycle in its entirety, kind of what your services actually look like. Talk a little bit about, you know, I talk about this a lot in our industry, which is, you know, the same industry. We're seeing these women at their most vulnerable, right? They have no makeup on. We have like a 10x mirror on their face.
Oh my goodness.
The tears are coming. Oh my God. Like, I'm sorry, I have to touch my pimple. It's like, I literally don't care.
Yeah.
Walk us through a little bit of like your technical, and then walk us through how you're able to navigate that emotional side of this industry as well.
Yeah. I think any part of the beauty industry is emotional. Like, if you're doing someone's hair, if you're doing someone's face, because we are all overwhelmed. Yeah. Everyone is overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Everyone has some kind of anxiety, which anxiety can be okay, but I think we're all feeling, you know, I don't even know that we've all even healed from COVID, and I
totally agree.
Talked about it. Yeah. And, you know, so But when you come to the studio, if you're doing a tan, it's only a 30-minute service.
Okay.
So definitely before, I always get a lot of feedback about, I'm so thankful you sent all the information you sent.
Yeah.
Because it goes by email, but I also take the time to text it.
Oh, nice. So
that if you miss the email, you have it, you have the address, you can just click on it. Yeah. It's just easy. Yeah. So, once you come in, I'm going to go through a whole nother thing of explaining more, because I don't want to overwhelm you in the beginning.
Sure.
But I want to give you the information you need. And it just comes from experience. Like, hey, I need to tell you these things so that your tan comes out perfect. Yeah. So for my tan specifically, in most tanning, you can do like a classic tan that you leave on about 10 to 12 hours or a rapid, which is usually 2 to 4. I only do rapid. Okay. Because I noticed that as I was tanning people, if anyone upgraded, they never ever went back. Yeah. And it looked good on everyone's skin tone. So I said, as long as I know
I love a
how many
tan.
hours. You gotta
I haven't had one in a minute. There's something so good about a fresh, crispy spray tan.
It's true. It feels so good.
I'm like, wow, you feel so skinny and so beautiful.
That makes me so happy when I see people and they're just like...
You feel so good.
And it's a 30-minute... Yeah. A lot of beauty services are a long time. You have to have the time. And that's the other reason why Rapid is so great. Totally. Because... Yes, you need to not get wet or sweat, sure, right? But it's only 3 or 4 hours usually. Totally, yeah. And we aim to do natural looking tan. So you could get dark. You can go up to 6 hours. Yeah. But we're aiming the most natural looking. Yeah. So, it's...
I miss that. I used to get spray tans all the time. And I
you have to come. I know we're a little bit further, but...
Oh my gosh, no. My nails are like right down there. I go to the Sephora a lot.
All the time.
Yeah. I know exactly where you are.
I know. Once I say that, everyone knows where we are. Okay, I'm 1 minute from there. Perfect. Great. Sephora, I can stop there before or after.
Yeah, I'm like, I got to go anyway. I got to get more brow gel. Talk a little bit about how it's been for you having so much vulnerability in your hands and seeing women... Literally naked. I always say I feel like I've seen all of Orlando naked, or half of Orlando. Seriously.
And, some people are uncomfortable in the beginning because they're just like, well, I've never done this. Or
go naked. I'm sorry. Be naked. It's way better. It is way better. It's way better. I'm sorry. Just suck it up. I'm sorry.
Unless you do just bottoms and then you can see your tan line because then you're like,
just get it all. Nude. I want the sticker. I want a Playboy sticker. Okay. Please. Okay, no, but walk us through like how you can make people feel comfortable and like what that means for you and like seeing women like that and how you can make that space feel comfortable.
I mean, if you're not making it weird, they're not feeling weird. And I always know after I talk to them for a little bit. So the warm up's good because I'm telling them they're getting used to me, my energy. And I also don't have a partition up and I don't leave the room.
Good.
I just say, I'm going to get your stuff ready, and then you go ahead and get undressed. And the reason I do that is because if you have a partition, then you feel like when you come from behind a partition that you're revealing your body. Yeah. And if it's just like more like, all right, girl, get undressed, because I'm going to see you naked for the next 15 minutes anyways. And you're going to be bending and moving in ways like other people have never seen you in.
Over.
Yeah. So
hinging at the hips. Thank you. Yeah. Get under my butt cheeks. Thank you.
I always do a light contouring at the end.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. It's complimentary. Like, we want to have you looking good. We want to have you feeling good. And, it is hard sometimes. I remember one time I did a mobile tan and this poor girl really was having a hard time. She's like, I need the tan, but I'm never been naked in front of anyone but my husband. Stop. And so we're at her house and I'm like, okay, I have another tan to go to. So I'm like, how do I, because I'm doing all the tricks, right? Of like helping her feel comfortable and making her laugh. Jokes, Yeah. And then I said, okay, if you tell your husband he has to go in the room for the next 20 minutes, right? I will get undressed and be in my underwear and spray you in my underwear and then we'll be even. And then she laughed and she was like, okay. And that gave her, it made her feel comfortable. Yeah.
And there is something too though. I mean, it can be so intimate. I personally am 0% shy. Yeah. But I understand.
Not everybody.
Not everyone is like that. And we get that with guests as well. And sometimes, even like we mentioned before we started, I'm like, I have crackhead energy. Guests don't have that sometimes. And so I find myself being like, okay, you got to really
simmer down a little bit
because I'm extremely overwhelming to people and I understand that.
Yeah.
But I can understand having to like be extra just mindful. And you also don't want to come off like disrespectful or like pushy by any means. So it's like, I'm on your time, but also like, I gotta go.
And it is hard moving people through appointments like that. But you find your way of just being like,
that's good.
Like maybe I'll exit the room when we're done and I'll say, I'll meet you outside.
Yeah.
Because I'll talk.
Yeah.
I'm a talker. So like I might run over if I keep staying. I know like, okay, you've already been talking a little bit, Jess. Like you got to get out of here. And then they know that's the cue to meet me outside. We can do payment outside, you know, the room. So yeah. But I do think that even with what you guys, I mean, if you're coming somewhere and you have no makeup on, that's already vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people don't like that.
Hoodie up, sunglasses on. In the back. I'm like, girl.
And when you roll it for a spray tan, most people are in their pajamas with no makeup, no deodorant.
Hair's looking insane. Totally. They're like,
so it's really hard to get, because, you know, content, you can't get content every day. No. You're not going to post the same thing every day. Here's my tent. Here's, you know, the spray tan room. Here's... What are you doing
with the tan line?
I never do that because I try to not follow any trends. Yeah. I just try to do my own thing because I like that. I don't want to look like everybody else. Yeah, so I've never posted after tan line.
Oh my gosh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, I kind of like that.
Yeah. Because it's not the tan.
Yeah.
You know, like that you want to see. I only post after pictures, which are hard to get.
Yeah.
But, you know, I get them and then, or I'll collab with models and, you know, we'll just, yeah. So, and then I have a wonderful person that does all of my photo shoots.
Oh, thank God.
Dusty Gwen, and she's just amazing. Yeah. And so we get so many great pictures.
That's awesome.
And concepts. Yeah. And we were just talking the other day about a new one. So
that's awesome.
You know,
that's so fun. And it's fun when you can call onto those people so you can focus on what you do best, which is your business, right? Yeah. Like photos, mood boards, maybe that's not your jam. Yeah. I trust this person.
Yeah.
Run with it. I trust you. Go do your thing. Delegate.
I usually will just do like a Pinterest board, tell her. Perfect. That is because we're creative. Yeah. So it's like visual and it's like, she gets it every time. Right.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
So fun.
Yeah.
What is a big piece of advice that you have for someone who is in a similar position, who's maybe wanting to leave kind of corporate America and start their own business? What advice do you have for that person?
Well, if you're in corporate America and you're over it, as we most all are, because corporate just sucks.
It's so hard.
Well, and here's the thing. I knew when I left, once I create my own business, I can never get laid off.
Yeah.
You know, unless I'm doing a horrible job and all my clients never come back.
Right, and everyone hates
even if somebody else can't make it, they are laid off. Right. And not everyone, it won't be all at one time.
Right.
But if you're in corporate America and you want to enter into the beauty industry, well, first don't quit your job until you've already taken the classes, any licensing. In Florida, you don't have to be licensed to spray tan. So you don't even need an esthetician license.
Sure.
But do that first because you always want to make sure you have money to live.
Right.
Or it's going to make it harder for you to grow your clientele because it takes a while.
Right.
You know, unless you're working in a very busy, spa or salon, it's hard. And even then, you're not always taking those clients. Like that place built up the clientele. Right. Maybe they'll perhaps let you take some with you if you do want to go, but you know, you're not walking away with everybody and you know, cause you didn't put in the work for that. So you have to learn marketing and you have to learn how to build your own, clientele base and how to, even upsell anything and not just to upsell them, but upsell the things they really need.
Right. And not be scared to make those suggestions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Providers can be very timid in that department. Yeah.
And you just have to think of it as like, I'm giving them something they really need.
Yeah.
And when you think of it that way and you know, and like, if you're just trying to sell something, it's not going to come across that way because it's not genuine, you know? So like we have a soap-free wash for the spray tans because a lot of soap or liquid, like a lot of people use Dove and it's just liquid soap and it'll strip the tan pretty fast.
Of course.
And I say, listen, maybe what you have works, but I can't know every single brand and all of their products, you know, all of the ingredients. Right. So I know what I have works.
Right.
You're welcome to buy it. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
But if you want your tan to last,
right.
I would suggest buying
right.
it. You know?
And you're the expert, and they're coming to you because you are the expert.
Right.
This is what I think. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, and I think some people, especially if you're newer, you have that feeling of like imposter syndrome.
Sure.
Right? That you're like, well, do I know? And do they trust me? But the more you just try it and do it, the more confident you're going to get in
agree.
it. Yeah. But definitely don't quit your day job until you've built enough where you can replace that income.
Right.
You know, I didn't have that choice. So I definitely worked other jobs in the meantime until I could just go out on my own. Yeah. Like I was doing marketing for a really great life coach here in Orlando. And I just decided let me just try. Yeah. You know? And when I did that, I doubled my income.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just got to know. You got to listen to your intuition. Like, it's just time. Like, absolutely. Just and try it.
You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know. You will feel an overwhelming sense of like being drawn.
Yes.
Right. And you cannot ignore it forever.
No.
If you're listening to this and in the back of your mind for 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, and it's still there.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason.
I know.
And at some point it's going to come out, right? Whether it's changing your career, getting that divorce, pursuing that, whatever, fill in the blank, like whatever that little, that's your intuition. That's your gut telling you what is best for you. And like I said, the body doesn't lie. The body knows what you're supposed to follow and what's meant for you. I always think about that. And girls come in here all the time and they talk about being an entrepreneur. They talk about wanting to own their own business. And I always say, you either have it or you don't, and it will come to you or it won't. And it's not a bad thing. People need to still work for other people. Some people are meant to be their own bosses and some just are not.
It's true. And some people don't want to be the boss,
right.
and they don't want to. It's so much work.
It's so much work.
Yeah. To do it on your own. And, it is. It's a lot. And everything, the financial responsibility lies on you.
Well, now you have employees too, right? And now I always tell the girls, I'm like, what's so stressful is looking at all of you guys and knowing that you all have families.
Yeah.
And now that's my job.
Yes.
And I'm already stressed.
Yeah.
But now I see all of you and your families and I know all of your kids and I'm like, now I'm extra stressed.
Yeah.
Because you have to pay for your whole family too, right? And like, that's a new level of enjoy, a new level of stress that you're about to embark on, which is, oh my God, is she gonna be able to pay her rent this month? I guess we'll find out, because there is like that pressure sometimes.
But see, they're in it for the long haul because they
understand the vision.
That, this industry is cyclical.
Yeah.
And there are slower and, there just is. It's, and like for us in the summer, we're slower, which wouldn't make sense because you think, everyone wants to tan. But we're Winter Park or, Maitland Winter Park. So a lot of people are gone. Yeah. They're gone for the summer. Right. They're abroad or they're,
they're somewhere else.
They're somewhere else.
They're living it up.
Yeah. And it just depends on your area.
Yeah.
You'll get to know like, your community.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of like snowbird type of guests as well. And they're starting to come back right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's that time of year. Like all my favorite fall and winter guests, right? Who live in New York during the year or whatever.
Yeah, that's great.
When you think about, obviously you just moved into a bit of a bigger space. You have a team member now. Where do you kind of see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? What kind of goals do you have for yourself? What kind of expectations do you have for the biz? Walk me through that.
Well, we're a smaller studio. So like I said, we have the 3 rooms. We have a hairstylist in one, sugaring and tanning. So if I could get in, have Ava right now is part-time. So if she could get to be full-time, right? And then I can stop and just run the business and then get another person part-time and then eventually them full-time. That's the goal. I don't mind staying small like that for a while and see where that goes.
I think that's
make
a good
decision
plan.
Then, you know?
Yeah. I think that's it's good to have, this multiple smaller attainable goals than to just come out and say like, I want to have 2 full-time people and I want to be done. Right. Like I find myself doing that to myself a lot of, okay, by the end of the year, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, okay, maybe like be a bit more realistic, right? Maybe just like break it down a little bit more. And I think people don't understand from a business owner's perspective, having your first like full-time employee is huge.
It is.
It is one of, I think, the biggest jumps that you can make, because not only from like a payroll perspective, but from like a trust and from a like bond, having someone in your space that sees the vision is all you can ask for.
Yes.
And that's why I'm so grateful for, you know, Jenna and Ryan, because the three of us are grossly enmeshed, right? We do a really good job of complimenting each other and picking up where the other lacks, or like remembering things. Like us three really handle that. And it wasn't necessarily always like that. I mean, it is now, but there is something to finding those people that align with you. Yeah. And because of that, they're able to stay home with their new baby. And because of that, they're able to go on trips for weeks at a time, because I got it. And I'm able to do whatever because they got it. That's a really beautiful
synergy. And that's hard to get there. And when you don't have that, right? Like I don't have that now. Right. So for a while, which I've been saying I was probably going to start up again, I was just having people, it didn't, somewhat like beauty, entertainment, like, you know, all different industries. I mean, we had someone in mortgages, but we were meeting and we were talking about our businesses because, you know, I don't have the person to bounce off. So, and then your friends get tired of hearing about it because they're just like,
understand. It's like,
like they kind of, or some of them do, but it's like, they can only give you so much advice. And then you want someone you can sit down and collaborate
like
with.
A mentor, and kind of.
And also just bounce ideas off like you're able to do.
Absolutely.
So we were doing that, and it was also holding each other accountable. For those things. So when we met again next month, it was like, okay, did you do the thing?
Where are you at?
And we did, because you know that someone's expecting you to hit that target or do that thing that you said you were going to do. And so it gives you, you know, it gives you more motivation.
The accountability is huge.
It is.
And there is something to talking about it all the time, writing it down. Because if you don't, you literally will just forget. And it's not intentional. It's, I have a million things on my plate. That one goal that I would like to do maybe one time no longer takes precedent, because you are kind of in fight or flight. Sometimes, right?
When you're by yourself. You're doing it all by yourself. And as I'm getting older, it takes more of a toll. You know, like I don't have the same energy. You know, I'll be 50 in a couple of months. And I'm like, I don't have the same energy that I did when I started doing this, you know, in my 30s. So you know, it's different. And so I also, that's why I'm looking at, okay, I need to grow this where I want to grow it, because will I be 60 doing spray tans? Right. That's the next 10 years. Right. Like what does that look like? Right. What do I want? But I love this industry so much. So, you know, for a while I battled like, well, I don't see a lot of 60-year-olds running a business or in, you know, or even maybe 50, maybe. Right. But not often. Right. So then, you know, I'm thinking, well, how does that look? Right. How does that look for me? And how does that look to other people on the outside? Right. But
when you talk about age, and we kind of touched on this earlier, what is your stance, or what is your thought on starting in this industry like a bit, I don't even want to say like a bit older, but not like me, 17 years old. What I feel like that comes with a sense of knowledge that I just can never possess, because you had like this full life and like full experience before you started in this industry. I was in high school. How do you feel like that gave you a bit of an edge compared to like other people, or like other people in your class, because you were like a real adult going into beauty school rather than like right out of high school?
Like out of high school. I think you could have a lot of experience even at 19 years old. So I think everyone's just on their own journey. And so I don't think there's any way to compare it. Like, did I manage a credit union and I knew a lot about those kind of things? But did I run a full business by myself and know how to do all of that? No. Like I was running, you know, my branch, but someone set it all up. I'm just going like through the motions of what I need to do, and, you know, marketing and talking to people and, you know, kissing babies and shaking hands, you know, I'm doing the easy work. I feel like that job to me came really easy. And, so I don't think I wouldn't let that get in the way of saying, oh, I'm too young to start my own business, because I don't have that experience. Because look, you're you could be like, I'm too young, I don't have the experience, and I'd be like, I'm too old, am I aging out of the beauty industry? Because like the way beauty is seen, you know, it just in America, the way it's seen is,
after you're 30, you're dead.
You're a million years old.
Right.
Unless you can I'm like, get me a lift and give me a doctor. I mean, I'll look at her another 20 years.
I even feel like that. And this is like so silly because I understand that I'm 28. Like I understand that. But but we have had girls like front desk girls or whatever, or newer estheticians who've made comments about that. And I'm like,
about your age?
Yeah.
Like you're too old?
Yes. And I'm like,
see what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Because I'm 28 years old. Yeah. What are you talking about? And it starts with a 2. I understand that I'm almost 30, but that's crazy.
That is crazy.
There's been a couple front desk girls that we've had, and I'm like,
oh my God. But do you see, but
she's 18.
Young. They're young.
Right. And she's like,
and this is the thing everybody should know. You're going to be older one day. So
that's a blessing.
It is a blessing. It's such a blessing.
Because the alternative is you're dead. So
well, and it's just the way we've been conditioned to think about everything.
Yes.
And so I'm like, let me just change that narrative in my head.
I love it.
And let me just change it for other people.
Yes.
Like, yes, is it going to be hard?
Sure.
Because you're going to feel judged, right? And you're like,
but I feel judged too. Like,
I know
both aspects, because I got my first leadership position when I was like 19. And I was managing girls who were in their 30s and 40s. And
and then you're judged then because you're too young.
This little girl, this child, I'm like, okay, this 12-year-old, I'm like, well, no, I just am like extremely capable. And if you were, maybe you'd be in this position, but you're not.
That's right. Yeah.
So like, that's got to say something about you.
Want to be.
Right. Yeah. That the 12-year-old can do it if you can't, right? But like, you just can't win. And that is like being a woman, right? And I don't like love that trope, but there is something to, the expectations are all and nothing at the same time.
And that's why being in this industry is so, when you have just a heart for women.
Absolutely.
Then that's where it creates a safe space. Absolutely. And that's why they come back over and over again.
I love women.
Yes. And because we all need that, you know, like I have lots of conversations, you know, and you're vulnerable. I'm having vulnerable conversations because you are more open.
Right.
But I'm also I ask a lot of questions. Like I dig a little deeper, you know, like I'm like, where do you think that comes from? Right. You know, like, let's talk about it more.
Let's talk about your childhood trauma right now.
And I do that. And bend over naked. While you're doing that.
Yes.
So, you know, but just being a woman in general is vulnerable. There's so many pressures. And when I first got into the industry, I was like, am I instigating this?
Sure.
You know, by being like, you need a spray tan.
Yeah.
And then I had to think about it. I wrestled with it for a little bit. And then I was like, you know what? As long as you're doing it for you and because you want to and you don't feel obligated. Like if someone is coming in, they feel like they have to do it or it's just like they
hate themselves if they don't. I feel so ugly and gross and fat if I don't.
And then I try to turn that into like, just like we're having fun. We're having girl time. And then it is fun. Absolutely. Being a girl is fun. Like
I love being a woman.
Doing all the things.
No, I could never be a boy. I could never be a boy. I'm sorry. Like there's no way.
And just some of the things women do, men could never.
No.
They just can't do much.
No.
And like you said, women take, like you were talking about earlier, women have a lot of the mental load of the small things that a lot of men don't carry that.
They don't even think about it.
They're not even thinking about it because they're just A-B, black and white.
Just go to work.
People.
Just go to work and and pay the bills.
And we're just intrinsically made that way, you know?
Right.
So when you have another woman that's like, hey, I hear you. Talk to me.
Like, I love you.
While you're getting your facial. Yeah, let me know what's bothering you.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yes. You get it off your chest and you're like, my face feels good. My skin's glowing. I'm going. Yeah.
I'm 10 pounds lighter.
Yeah. I talked about what I needed to get off my chest. And you know what I mean?
Yes.
Sometimes doing that with a stranger or like someone that isn't in it.
Yes.
Feels so great.
It's way easier to talk to a bit of a stranger, like your provider, than your friends, because your friend's going to judge you and then they're going to tell your sister and then your mom's going to call you and it's all this drama. But if you just tell your spray tan girl, that's staying in that room and your lips are sealed because they kind of have to be. Yeah. I totally get that. I love being a girl, seriously. And I love
it is so much fun.
And I love just talking about all the things that make us special. And, you know, that's the feminism that I like, right? That's the female empowerment that I like. I like we're all just girls. We're all doing this for the first time too.
Yeah.
We're all just wanting to feel good and be happy and support each other. And
I'm just a girl.
I'm actually just a teenage girl. I know that I'm 28, but I'm actually just a teenager.
No, I say like, you know, I feel like I'm in my 20s. I feel
like I'm 15 every day.
Yeah. Like I feel like your age. Like I'm always like, I feel like I feel like I'm like 26 all the time. Like whatever age, I stop somewhere at 26 and then like, this is me.
I think mine actually is like, I feel like I'm still 24. And I think maybe because that was kind of around like COVID times. Like I feel like that's kind of when I feel like I missed those kind of like fun, wild 20 years because of quarantine and stuff. But when I think about myself, I'm like, I'm 24. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like,
well, you probably met yourself then because
for sure.
Being locked down, a lot of people, you know, went inside. Yeah. And then you like, you know yourself, but then you really meet yourself when you.
And also, actually, let me say, there is something true about when that frontal lobe develops. Let me tell you. Because I woke up at 26, 27.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my whole world is different now.
And honestly,
let me ruin and change my whole life.
And you will do that over and over again. And if you're doing life right, you will constantly be asking yourself, who am I? Who do I want to be?
Version?
Yeah. Okay, what version am I now? Because it is different versions
Absolutely.
Of you. Yeah.
Is it true, word on the street, the 30s are really your best decade? Is that true?
For me, it wasn't. I got laid off 3 times.
Okay, fair. Okay. Yeah. What was the best for you?
Honestly, going into my 50s feels like that's going to be it. Yeah.
Okay, but I've heard that too, because even when you're like more removed. I feel like that's always how it is. You've learned your lessons. Yeah. You've made your money. Now it's time to like kids. Enjoy. No babies, right? No babies. Yeah, now you get to just like enjoy. Like they're doing their own thing. I get to be selfish. Maybe I go on dates. Maybe I go do whatever.
I've been single a really long time, and I told my son, I said, when you graduate, I'm going to start dating. That's
what my mom did too.
Yeah,
my mom was single for our whole life, and then when we were out of the house, and she started dating.
It just allows you, because if you're a single mom, you don't have the time or the energy to put into a relationship. You just don't.
I think that's so admirable. And if I can for just 2 seconds, if I may.
Yeah.
My mom really also was passionate about not letting a bunch of randoms in the house, right? Because it's just us and the 2 kids.
That's
me and my brother.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
And there was something at the time I didn't understand, but now as an adult, I'm like, you loved us more than I can even fathom, that you put your own life on hold for 15 years. Yeah. She was single for 15 years. Yeah. And now she's been married, thank God. And we love my stepdad. He's the best. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't know if I could have done that. Right? Like,
yeah. I think if you have children, you'll decide if you can do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're ever in that position, like you would, anything that you're not sure what you would do, children change everything.
Yeah. They have to.
Yeah. And I felt the same way. Like I just don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And not that you don't trust anyone. I'm sure you could.
You guys are very similar. You really have like very similar energy. Seriously. Yeah.
I know. I love that. Yeah. Well, and that's just, I feel like it's just a sign of and this is the thing too. We could go into like, yes, that's a selfless mom, but also you don't want to be self-sacrificing, because you don't want to teach your children like, hey, I'm just going to do everything. Yeah. Like your needs don't matter.
Yeah.
But they are my priority.
Absolutely.
You know, and even that'll never change. Yeah. Right.
And
yeah. It'll never change.
That's how she was. She really was like, he made his decision. He's gone. He remarried quickly and had his own family and does his own thing.
Yeah.
She's like, but this is my family, and this is what I care about. And I wanted these babies so bad. Yeah. And I wanted a career and all these things. And she's like, and she's someone, you know, I hear women say this all the time. You can't have it all. My mom actually, you can, it's very hard. Yeah. But my mom had a very fruitful career, and she had the 2 kids. Was there a lot of flexibility? Of course.
Yeah.
But she's someone that I look back and I'm like, and she looked good doing it. Then I'm really like, oh yeah, I take a page out of her book. Seriously. Like she just does it, you know? Yeah. And that is how you are too, right? You just make it happen. Because what other choice do you have? Like you said at the beginning. Yeah. Really full circle. What other choice did you have?
Yeah. But it's because your mom is a massage therapist, right?
She does neuromuscular rehabilitation. Yeah. All of her patients have like MS, ALS. It's very like physically.
That is physically, yes.
Oh, and so she's tiny. She's like 5 feet tall too.
Yeah.
And she's working these men. I'm like, good job, Mom.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a lot.
Yeah. It is a lot. And she does like 6 or 7 every day.
Yeah.
And has done that my whole life. She's been doing this since she was like 25.
Yeah. But being in that kind of industry, again, allows you being the freedom to make your own schedule.
Yep. Yeah.
And you know, like I leave every day. So I'm up at 5.
Yep.
Take my son to school. Thank God he's a senior. So we can stop the 5 a.m. thing, right? Like I don't mind a little early, but 5 a.m. is crazy.
It's very early.
So 5 a.m. and then, you know, take him, go into work. I'm there till 2 and then leave to pick him up and then come back by 4:30. I have to go. I feed him. I leave. I come back. And then I'm there sometimes till, you know, like 8. Sometimes later, depends on the day. And I'm like, that's an all day thing. There's no time for me. No, you know, but I have the like ability. I blocked off all of today because I wanted to come here, you know, so you can do whatever you want. You don't have to ask somebody, hey, I want to take a month off, you know, like, I don't know, whatever it is you want to do.
And there is so much freedom. And we touched on this earlier in this industry. You can work as much or as little. You can make as much or as little. You can market as much or as little.
True.
Really, the world is your oyster and you have all of the tools so accessible, more accessible now than it's ever been. The world is yours, baby. Do whatever you want to do. Seriously.
And you can make part-time a career.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, or you can do full-time, you know.
If you have babies at the house still, you can very much do both. Yeah, you have a lot of room in that. Okay, amazing. Seriously, this was so fun. I loved this chat. I loved this convo. I think that anyone who's listening and is just ready to make the jump, really, this is the episode to watch because there is so much empowerment in really taking control of your life. And I love that you did that. And I love that you are able to find so much fulfillment in something that made you happy, right? That little list that you made, like how special that you're able to all these years later now be like,
it led all the way here.
Totally, right?
Just
like
a list.
But that's how it happens. That's
and
how
maybe
it goes.
that's what everyone should do is like make a list of things you love and look at that whole list. Yeah. I mean, my list had things like the sound of trees and, you know, different things, but it could be anything. And then you might just stare at it for a little bit and then something's going to pop out to you.
I love that.
You love doing it. And if you just love what you do, you're going to make money because it's going to resonate with other people. They're going to know.
Because you're not the only one that feels that way. You're not the only one that likes that thing. You're not the only one that... Someone else does too. Yeah, I love that. Okay, amazing. Tell everyone where they can find you, how they can book with you. All of you, plug all your socials. Tell everyone to stay connected.
Okay, so we are at Sol del Sol Tan on Instagram. You can book online from the website, also soldelsoltan.com. And I am going to be starting Solo Beauty Business, which will be micro learning for anyone who wants to enter into the beauty industry. So you can follow that on Instagram. It's just at Solo Beauty Business. But yeah, and you can reach out anytime. Message me, call. That's the direct number. You can text it. Whatever I'm open to all the things. Voice notes, like I love those.
I do too.
Yeah. So just reach out. And if you have any ideas, you want to collab for something, I'm open to that. Like I'm always doing things as much as I can in the community.
Perfect.
So
I love.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This is so great.
Good. I'm so glad. Yeah. So fun. And we'll make sure to tag all of your socials and everything below and show everyone how to book with you. Well, thank you so much. So appreciative that you took the time out of your very busy schedule. And I will be booking the tan. Don't you fret. I will be in there.
It'll be my pleasure.
Seriously. Yeah, I can't wait.
Do it before you do your next podcast.
No, you're so right.
The next podcast, she's going to be tan.
I'm looking so good. Amazing. Okay, but everyone, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode, and we will see you next time. Bye.